A tough day for Caterpillar. Shares fell after a report accused the Dow component of tax and accounting fraud. The report was published by the New York Times, and it comes just days after law enforcement officials raided the headquarters of the Fortune 100 company. The stock was the worst performer on the blue chip Dow index. Brennan has more on Caterpillar's latest twist and turn.
The New York Times reviewed the report, which has not yet been made public, and says it was commissioned by the U.S. government, which has been investigating Caterpillar's activities tied to a Swiss subsidiary for several years. The author of the report, Leslie Robinson, an accounting professor at Dartmouth's Tuck School of Business, concluded, quote, Caterpillar did not comply with either U.S. tax law or U.S. financial reporting rules, adding, quote, I believe that the company's noncompliance with these rules was deliberate and primarily with the intention of maintaining a higher share price. These actions were fraudulent rather than negligent. They're strong words, and as the Times points out, ones rarely used to describe major multinational companies.
When you bring the money back to the U.S., you're supposed to pay tax on it with a credit for whatever you've already paid overseas. And the professor's analysis, in her view, Caterpillar has been bringing billions of dollars back to the U.S. without paying tax and without accounting for it for tax purposes in its financials, even though it didn't have the ability to do that based on her analysis of what was going on offshore. So the bottom line is that her position is that the company owed billions of dollars in tax on money brought back to the U.S. and didn't pay for it and didn't account for it.
No charges have been filed. It's unclear whether the government agrees with the findings or even intends to act upon them. For its part, Caterpillar has yet to comment, telling the Times it hadn't yet seen the report itself. Though just last night, Caterpillar CEO Jim Umpleby reiterated the company's stance on the investigation.
We were surprised by the actions of last week because, in fact, we have been cooperating with authorities, and we are cooperating, and we look forward to a resolution of these matters. We're Caterpillar. We've been in business for almost 100 years. We're an honorable company. We live by a code of conduct and a set of core values. If something appears to violate that code, we take appropriate action.
And it all begs the question, what will happen next? Will Caterpillar ultimately have to pay a penalty? And what will all of this mean for the stock? For Nightly Business Report, I'm Brennan in New York City.